Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore. Wait a minute, this music isn't right, the scene isn't right. Hang on. That's more like it. And now it's time to the show for all creatives. Nevermind the Furthermore. Your source for conversation, inspiration, and fun. With your host, Nicholas Anthony Tockert. He's an artist, a writer, a swordsman, and a game designer. He knows how to use the sword and axe in historical battles without anybody getting hurt too much. He's also the Manatee Man, master of marketing. And he may even have a guest or two. One thing, though, to be certain. Just don't call him a cryptid. With that, it's about time for the show. So sit back, enjoy, and have some coffee and chat with us.
Good morning, Nevermorians. I'm your host with the most, Mr. Nicholas Anthony Tockert, coming at you over the airways on WNTF. Nevermind the Furthermore. Nevermind the Furthermore is brought to you with the love and support of our good friends over at the Independent Creator Directory. That's indcd.org, your one-stop shop for the best of the brightest authors, artists, and musicians. We're also made possible by sales of not that. The Simple Sword, the Fighting Axe, and the Simple Spear, all part of my ongoing series of Western martial arts manuals designed to help you go from having never handled a sword to teaching the art to others. As well as, of course, Haints and Hellfire. A dark secret has claimed 2 lives and is hunting an innocent child at the edge of the Appalachian Mountains. Only his aunt, a plucky reporter, and her cameraman and a very odd cat stand against the forces of darkness. Happy Friday, Nevermorians. It is a beautiful, beautiful 77 degrees in the land where the soy has encroached on the corn and no one's quite sure what's going on. As the yellow baron swoops high overhead, and the town council plots its devastating schemes ahead of the upcoming bit of business at the end of the month, I get to remind you guys that StompCon is also almost exactly a month away. StompCon is a free to the public indie tabletop game convention. It will be held September 13th, 2025. 10 to 8 p.m. Eastern at the Benton County Co-op Extension, 410 South Aidway A, Fowler, Indiana, 47944. I hope you guys will be there. I know many of you will because there are tables, but there's still table space available. We've had some people explain that they can't make it this year. And I am open to see what we can do to slot you in, especially if you're looking for a place to get started with your new game or game-related products. As always, our usual litany of guests and merrymakers will be there as well. Our accountability lugging into this Friday. It's been an interesting one. I have been working rather exhaustedly on trying to knock out the end of the rapid rapier. I'm trying to get the uh, StompCon uh, limited edition prototype stuff ready for the new edition of Big Stompy Robots. I think it will be if all goes well, I may be launching it during or right ahead of StompCon on Amazon. So there's that. Cutting edge stuff in the world of indie gaming, and coming full cycle on some multi-year projects. I honestly haven't slept well the last few days. Uh, Dramatically so. My insomnia has been excessive. So if I seem a little more than my usual level of stuttering, stammering, that's why. But I hope everybody is braced. I wanted to be far more stocked up than I am right now. The tariffs have been put into effect, so prices may be shifting dramatically. Let's be careful. Let's be gentle out there, and remember to we are at a point, and I'm not going to pull any punches today. I'm too tired to do that. So you can get a little bit of Honest Nick. Yeah, I know you love Honest Nick. Admit it. You love Honest Nick. This is a show for independent creators, largely, and our beloved audience of people who appreciate independent creators. Uh, Today is the first Friday of the month, so I believe, and hit me up in the comments if I'm wrong. Today should be the day that all uh, all costs go to the creators on things like Bandcamp. So if you want to support Dan Holifield and you haven't bought his albums, now's a great time for some really neat music. I feature it when I do on my art time, what has been redubbed Fun Drawing Time, because we like fun drawing time. Uh, a lot of folks have tracks or albums on Bandcamp that you really can't get anywhere else. And in this era of having to rent everything, being able to not only buy music, but legitimately buy music is something that's a great thing to support. And I am all about the support of independent creators. So I want you guys to think, if we are entering a period where our belts may need to be tightened, as I'm a little concerned. I'm not gonna lie, I'm concerned. Uh, if you still have entertainment budget, why not put that where it's going to do the best? Okay, do the most good. Because, when you go and you buy, I don't know, well, when you stream something, most creators get maybe a thousandth of a penny. I mean, it's ridiculous. When you start hearing, well, we've had millions of views and made hundreds or even thousands of dollars, the math is a little rough. When you think about it, how many great streaming services get ad revenue? They get ad revenue, but the creator doesn't because there's not enough. It's a little rough. It's a little rough. So you need to look at where your money can do the most good, especially things like your luxury money. You also have to think about what's going on in the world and what you want to support. Uh, I am the kind of guy who has very overlapping and convoluted thoughts when we get into intense concepts like tribalism and uh, forced choices. I hate forced choices. It grates against my very soul. But I also believe in the necessity for tactical and situational awareness, and that has to always come from a mental position of practicality, even in the most impractical things. This is why there are certain things ingrained in my very soul. They've been branded by the wisdom of my elders. Things like never, ever pay list price. As I've aged and matured, I've learned that even that has moderation to it, because there are times where paying list price is necessary for somebody who needs that list price. A lot of us deliberately keep our margins low. I know I do. I know that I probably could charge more for my books, and I have been forced to charge more because the greed of Amazon has forced that, and I admit that. And that's in this case they're tying it to the greed of all the way down the line, uh, so producers, etc. But most people don't operate with much margin when you're dealing with independent creators, so you need to be merciful to them. That being said, a big box store, anything that ends in Mart, uh, things like that, there's no need to be uh, so generous. We are coming on a time where the little people like us, hi, my name is Nut, and I'm a little person. Not that kind of little person. Uh, Contrary to popular belief, I just associated for a very long time with a group of very, very tall people. I am of average height. Well, at least on one leg. Uh, but the money you save by being ruthless in your business dealings with the major corporations is money that can be displaced and distributed to the smaller businesses. Uh, I want you to never feel bad about that. Okay? There are still a few people out there, not many, but there's still a few people out there who feel shame about not buying name brand whatevers, or uh, the fanciest, you know, newest, any given product. And these are the sufferings of the younger people, I find, and the people who are a little newer to being um, less financially powerful than others. You know, the nouveau poor, if you will. I come from old poverty. No, uh, I don't. I know without a massive lifestyle change, I will never be able to reach the financial peaks my parents did. I won't be able to reach the financial peaks at least one of my brothers have. And that's okay. That is okay in part because part of it is by choice. Part of it is simply by discussion with my lovely wife and lifestyle choice. And a lot of it has to do with the mix of how dysfunctionally our country treats people with disabilities. Okay, that happens. But when I get a buck in my hand that I can burn, I am at this point never feeling bad for looking for a sale. Never feeling bad for checking the clearance rack for cross for comparing prices. Never feel bad for getting used if you can, secondhand if you can, uh, fixing what you have. These are not things you should feel bad about. And I know some of you have been trained to do so, especially my younger viewers. There's a lot of posturing games that happen in high school, in junior high, and it carries to a measure through life, but it only affects you as much as is necessary. And at the end of the day, I would far rather spend a few bucks on something interesting and individualized than I would spend the same amount of money trying to keep up with someone else. Especially when what they're trying to keep up with is both unsustainable in both the ecological mindset and the financial mindset. You can't keep up playing that game if you're not at a place to do it. And frankly, wait, just stupid. It's wasteful. This is why whenever I have a chance, and it's not often, you guys have seen my budgeting, to uh, if I ever get a chance to get something from somebody that they've made, and it's something that hits that button, I love to. Yes, the vast majority of my wall of cool, which is in front of me when I switch glasses, is I say when I switch glasses because these current ones don't let me see clearly much farther than the computer screen, which is fine. But vast majority of it is mass marketed. Now, a few of those things really aren't. A few of those things are just ancient or have stories. And as a rule, those are the ones I value the absolute most. Find what resonates with your black little heart and hold it close. Because there will always be times of fear, of anger, of gnashing of teeth. But, and this is where it comes into it, but there is something, and it's highlighted heavily in Buddhist philosophies. It's highlighted in uh, gentle wisdoms. It's highlighted in the smile that is often found on the faces of those who've earned. They don't just carry the wrinkles around the eyes, the smile lines, and old scars. They've earned them. They haven't merely existed, they have lived, and they figured out something. And what that is there will always be pain. Pain is a constant companion. Pain is an elemental force in the human experience. Suffering doesn't always have to be. There are times where it absolutely has to be. Times where it is necessary, especially when you're dealing with grief. You have to hurt and you have to process through it. But I find myself thinking back to the few weeks when the pandemic was really, really problematic. The few weeks where, even in my lovely home state of Indiana, well, my grew up here, not my birthplace, but even they realized everything had to be shut down. And I had the privilege of staying a few weeks with my lovely wife at home every day. And ironically, that was one of the freest times we've had because there were no real social get together expectations. There was no one bothering us to go do X, Y, or Z. And while I missed the issues, the not issues, my aphasia got me for a second. Uh, the opportunities, the instances where getting together had value, seeing my friends for practices, things like that. I was content as a lark. I was happy. And yeah, we did not have what we wanted. Yeah, it was scary. But I also got to hang out with my wife and son. And it doesn't get much better than that. I listen to stories that my mom has and that either her mother or my grandma Louise uh, would tell. Stories my dad would tell about his dad. How even during the Great Depression, people could find joy. Now, normally this program is a lot of support of how are we going to make money, folks? How are we going to get through this? And I am always open to that. But right now, as has been so often of late, it has to be about buoying your hearts and minds and dragging the finances kicking and screaming along. And there are ways to do that. The things that are real, the things that are authentic, the things that matter. The things that people talk about fondly toward the end. They're still there. Love and humor prevail defiantly, even in the darkest of hours. Joy is radically different than happiness. Happiness very often is a firework. Joy comes from understanding that even in the dark, the sun will indeed rise. Serenity comes from understanding that it will set. And when you find that balance somewhere in there, that's where you can make it. A set of necessary, brilliant, uh, hopeful inaccuracies. These moments and these things, the things that actually hit you, they hit you where you are. They stick with you. Those are what matters. And the thing is, any downturn we have, any fears or lamentations beyond the things that matter, beyond family, beyond the family that we're born to and the family that we choose, beyond the passionate adherence to ideals and mission. You know, these must be unwavering, but I do have a certain amount of faith that has that gets me through a lot of things. And one of these great things of faith is at the end of the day, one can always rely on the absolutely greedy in large numbers to not allow certain types of economic downturn to last. Now, maybe not on a lifetime scale, but especially as long as America's America. It's not profitable. And no matter how rich our distillation has made some people through theft and cunning and pure luck has rattled and manipulated and shifted to where the power has gone to very few, to very great degrees, it is unstable. So I, for one, take comfort in the instability. Because I know that physics, and there is, how do I put this? There is a universal type of physics. There is a balance. And it has, throughout human history, been laid as such. That if a system cannot support its bottom, it will eventually break, and a slightly more stable system will come out of the break. Um, Understanding that and seeing that for what that is means you can walk forward and not be in fear. You can have concerns. And again, just like being happy and being joyful are different, being scared and being in fear are also different. And I want to suggest humbly that in part, a great many people have made a great deal of profit by trying to keep a large number of people in a state of fear. Because states of fear, states of anger, and states of euphoria, short term, giddy like happiness, all do something very important. They make us dumb. When we are dealing with the emotions and the chemicals our body makes, especially around anger, especially around anger, I cannot remember where I saw the study from. So, mea culpa. However, and please Google this, look this up. And like, use Google Scholar, guys. Actually use research. You can lose up to 20 IQ points in a state of anger. You know what happens when you're angry? You're dumb. And when you're dumb, you're easier to guide. It's the cartoon bull. You get to be. People wave the flag over here and they'll come charging. Or they'll jingle the shiny object over here and you'll get fixated. And that's where these great swings come from. But you can be stabilized. And there are things that help. Uh, I believe study helps. I believe meditation, both the meditation of self metacognition, thinking about how you think and exploring your own mental landscape, as dangerous as that can be, is part of it. But meditation on a thought, on a subject, letting the mind run helps. It pulls the highs and lows down for a lot of us. For some of us, it definitely helps when the bottom falls out. But we're coming into a time where there will be tremendous opportunities to go for good, tremendous opportunities to affect change in the world around you. Because that is the blessing of the dark. The greatest blessing that comes when the sky is black and no one else seems to be around is that in that distinct environment, the distractions are gone. The diffusion is gone. And a light that otherwise may be indiscernible from its surroundings suddenly becomes vital. So I want, before we get into the rest of the show and into your comments and stuff this Friday, I want to put forth this concept. The little candle, just a little tiny candle. Everyone here has lit a little like votive candle or scented candle, or they've done what they need to do to melt wax, whatever. High thesis. I hope you're in the chat. But if you light a scented candle in the middle of the day, you'll notice the smell probably, but you're not going to notice the light. The light is not that important because there's so much other light. The sun is shrinking. I've got the big uber light so I don't look like I'm in an ominous little hole for you. Now cut the power. Oh, now at the sunset. Oh. Suddenly, what would have been a side effect of producing a pleasant aroma becomes a guiding beacon for necessities, as very few of us would be able to function in our homes comfortably without a light to guide the way. And even the smallest light can have incredible value. I don't think many people first have really experienced both silence and darkness. I think it's one of the reasons we, as a species, need to go camping sometimes. And I don't just mean like happy camping. I don't just mean Jellystone Park or whatever. I mean way out. Because sometimes you need to experience, as a reminder, country dark. That black that's so slick, you just slide right off it. Where it's so dark, shoot, you start to lose up and down. Or you end up in the quiet woods. There's almost always a little noise, but that dead silence. I'm going to tell you, in these environments, the light of a candle will soothe your soul, and the sound of a twig snap can send it racing. So, whatever happens in the coming days, as the fun festivals are upon us, and the workings of reality and the mechanizations of power do what they do, we can bemoan our limitations. We can decry our inability to act. Or, if only given a candle, we can still be a beacon in the dark. And that's what I expect from each and every one of you. I hold my viewers to the highest of standards. Because obviously you have the taste and discernment to be watching the show. You have the intellect to appreciate the message not only brought out by me, but by the wonderful people I promote. Because I do not promote stupid people. I don't. I do not promote vicious people. I won't. I do not promote that which I find abhorrent, nor do I tolerate it. And woe unto any who would think that they could force my hand in such a matter. Far more villainous than many have tried to force my hand in such things. And I found that though I'd prefer cowardice whenever possible, uh, Falstaff said it best in this case: discretion is a better part of valor. I'm not going to change my core beliefs. And I'm really not likely to express too far outside of them. And that really doesn't matter where the leverage comes from, be it friend or associate or foe or force. I am very prone to nodding, smiling, telling somebody they're absolutely right and doing exactly what I'm going to do anyway. Find what makes you feel that way, because those are going to be the lights. As we go into this weekend, I want you to find that joy. Find what brings your black little heart joy. Be it sunsets or sunrises. You sick people. No, I've seen a good sunrise or two. It just runs counter my biology. Hoser has a song that has a spirit towards that whole vibe. Even though I don't drink, I do like that song. I like the Macron's project cover better, but is what it is. Find your joy, defend your joy, support your joy. And while you're doing that, support the other people who are out there doing good in this world. People like, well, alrighty. I'm sorry I needed to drop down and check my sales for a second. So what you may have caught me doing with mild, nice. Anytime, whenever I check and I see that there is a number on there that isn't zero, it's a good day. Thank you for letting me ramble on a bit there. I know I went far later than usual, but I have a lot swirling in my mind right now, and I have been told that some of it is of use or entertainment to you guys, so I tend to let it go. And to the person who has messaged me, how do I find time to write the scripts for my bizarre little rambles? Oh, friend, I love you. I'm not going to call you out, but I am going to say this. The vast majority of what I do is unscripted. I have a very good working mind and a horrific working memory. So the vast majority of what I do and operate is moderately off the cuff. Do with that as you will. Good morning, Joe. First through the door, and accountability, getting some things rolling at the park for the next event, townwide park, garage and rummage sale, vendor at the park, getting ready for the budget for the park next year, finalizing the setup process for the new IT company to get everything secure on the computers at Town Hall, getting ready to help roll out the online bill pay for the water park department. And hello, Donna. Hey, Joe, sounds like you're going to be busy. Yes, very busy. This weekend, we also have an event with the police department at the park to do back to school giveaway of backpacks and school supplies. We are also getting wireless internet set up at the park finally so that people have a reliable internet source while we're at the park so we can remotely view our cameras. Beauteous! That'll make streaming from your park so much easier. Especially if we ever end up doing Shakespeare at the park again. No, that's a lot going on. Hey, Foxy. Hi. Good morning. And hello, Foxy. And hello, Dan Hollifield. I guess you are around because I did some promoting of you. And hey, Dan. We're going to bing through a whole lot of greetings. Hi, Dawn. Dawn is, of course, the creator of the stories behind her. I'm sorry, I see a really interesting singamajig. Was ist das? Well, that looks very cool. I take it Richie was playing. That is super cool. Okay. Sorry. I don't know if I was supposed to see that, but I didn't get to see that, so my net has been my internet. I mean, we're all used to it now. Anyway, Dawn is the mind behind her fashionable felines, Buddy and Georgette, whom you can read about on her Facebook group. I think Dawn needs to start writing stories about them. Hi, Rich. You've been busy with your laser. Muted. You have no sound, sir. Well, you're not muted, but you have no sound coming out. Now you're muted here. I don't think your mic is connected because I'm not seeing any green lights coming through. So it's probably input on your end. I'm going to put Rich away till he's got that recalibrated.
How's this?
Much better, sir.
But yes, if you look further down, it says, I have a surprise for Nick.
Well, I prattled too long. That looked incredible. You couldn't get more genuine surprise than, wait a second, was ist das? Oh, it's good, yeah! No.
Surprise!
Thank you. That is super cool, Rich.
But I figured I'd drop that real quick, say, you're now immortalized in Slate Coaster.
Woohoo! I'm in stone, baby.
I was trying to do another one that didn't come out so well because I need to clean up the line work on that much better because it just becomes just a big blur across the thing. You know, their logo is freaking phenomenal. It's just the laser just turns it into
Oh, I
just
understand.
a big wash of paint.
Oh
So,
no,
sorry, go ahead.
yeah, no. I totally understand technical difficulties. I also know you have like work background, so I don't want to get you in any trouble whatsoever.
Yeah, I got to get back to work. I just wanted to pop in, drop that real quick. You know, love you, brother. You know, surprise!
Thank you.
I hope you enjoy it. I'll
I,
bring you the actual coaster as soon as I get a chance.
of course. Thank you so much, Rich. Well, I'll
Take it away.
drop you out. That way you can get. I don't want you to get in trouble. I'm worried he's going to get in trouble, and I don't want him getting in trouble at his new gig. Not that he can't pop himself back up anytime he needs to or wants to. Anyway, he has the ops. Now, wow. And hey, Rich, he's there too. I haven't hit his comments yet, but I took too long on my monologue. Okay. Greetings. We mentioned Foxy. Greetings. We mentioned Donna. Wireless at the park. Yes. Greetings. Accountability. Finally begun moving living room and dining room furniture to the center of room back in place. House is still unfinished, but we're tired of waiting. Lindsay is much happier. I fully understand that sentiment. Hello, everybody. Sounds like Joe's busy. Time to get more coffee. Yes. I just have to adjust my caffeine intake. Oh, dear. Anyway. Hi, Dan. Sorry they're taking so long with you guys. And hey, what's been dude? And hello, Cat. Rock and roll art goddess. Oh, you know, my love for her borders on the inappropriate, and I am okay with that. Leave me my vices. How are you, dear? Hey, Cat. Maybe absent for the sorted shows for tonight, celebrating a B-day for a friend's son. Well, that's a wonderful thing to do. And don't forget to like and share, folks. I know you're subscribed. Hey, Nick. And as a record, I am about an hour behind. So let's hop and pop. Oh, fun dawn. And we've got greetings to each other. And you better not be absent from the green room. It happens, Carl. And more greetings. And Bot Rex. It's cake. And I get to hang with Emmy and Regina. Understood. Greetings. We'd like you. We know you all like the music from the intro, but remove your earbuds now. Sure, Don. Bring up your friends that we haven't got to meet yet. Yeah, I see how it is. Excel is excelling today at being a pain in my rear. Oh, absolutely. Safe to replace your headphones. Morning all. Currently on concrete truck 5 of 20. I'll be catching snippets here and there. Well, I hope you catch that you are forever in my heart, Trelena, and you are sorely missed. Trelena's at that part where we all become her work widows for a while, and I miss her dearly. But we will get to see more of Trey as the world shifts. Hey Trey. Yeah, Earl Park residents, clean up your yard so visitors can mess them up again. Well, we're at the part of the year where we have to deal with hey, guess what? It was 120 degrees and everything is growing like it's supposed to. Well, just go out. It'll be cooler the next day. Pouring rain. Alternate that a couple times. Hey, guess what? The weather's nice. So the yellow baron is flying overhead and he's not skywriting. Might as well stay in the house some more. So certain places in the lawn, I may have to get a vat out, clean up one of my sickles, and do it the old ways. Like the weeds and stuff are bad enough, I may actually be getting a shipment of salt water from my dad. I am not kidding. To apply to certain parts of the driveway. and other parts of the yard that need not to ever grow again. Dan, I need to touch base with you on your gold status for NDC. In the meantime, can you send me the logo you want to use? Hey, Trey. Last Friday was the first Friday. Oh, last Friday was? Shoot, it was. Thanks for the catch, Joe. It's second Friday. That full back day was last week. But come around for September. Dang it. Someone anonymously gifted 4 gold statuses to the traveling table. Not sure how to divvy it up, though. You spin me right round, baby, right round. If you are going to broadcast a giveaway, look up YouTube's restrictions. They are very precise. You need to follow them to the letter, or else you will have all manner of issues. That's a good idea. Trey, could easily be done with bot rigs, either during a live stream or people could sign up beforehand. I think you could add them manually. Dawn, I'd only put people who live far away on the spin wheel. Accountability, preparing myself for a big bionic day, following all the directions of my patient education. Good luck, Cat. You've got this, Cat. You are in my heart, dear lady. I'd have people at least sign up for it. Some people might not be currently open for commissions, and the extra attention might be too much at the moment. You've got this, Cat. And she's thanking everyone. Thanks. And good thought, Trey. I'm thinking I will put a message in the NDCDFB page probably Monday, because between now and then it's to the walls. And I like the spin idea. Oh, garbage. That was a garbage comment. Not yours, Kindlebot. Some of us are not climbing the mountain where the peak is money. Exactly. Some of us are in different places. And some of those places can all be found in one spot.
Hello, I'm Dan Hallfield. I'm the senior editor and publisher of Abelian Webzine, the world's oldest free creative writing e-zine since 1997. Since then, we have helped over 500 amateur writers learn what they needed to turn pro. www.aphelion-webzine.com and read not only what we've got going on right now, but 28 years worth of our archives of stories. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dan. Okay, now, so true. By the way, shoulder is okay. So if you need reference, watch the last 5 minutes of stupid o'clock last night. Jeez, I take it easy, and you guys all warp ahead. That shoulder pop is like, yeah. Dawn, I think my shoulder popped a couple of hours later in sympathy. I know my hip and elbows went last night, causing last night to become very late. Are we blaming Dawn for shoulder troubles today? We're not going there. But honestly, I just started acting up, so you could all blame me. No, it's got to be the weather shifts. These spam callers are going to drive me nuts today. Every time they call, it causes my headset to disconnect from my iPad and go back to my phone. Oh, sounds awful confusing. Not really confusing. I just always think that Nick is taking a long pause to formulate his thought, and then I realize the video is paused. I'm sorry. I do have a distinct speaking pattern. That would drive me nuts, though granted, it's not a long drive. It happens to the best of us. Well, time to go. Need to get some tickets added up and more certs entered to the system. Catch y'all later tonight, I bet. And Nick, I have a surprise for you. Just got in, so it sounds like I am in the... Sounds like I came in the mid something heavy. Yes. And that would be this beautiful, beautiful. I'm like, because I glanced down, I'm like, was ist das? Stomp Conti. To Fowler Boogaloo. Oh, that is so cool. It is still incredibly cool. Almost hit the wrong button and ended my own stream, but that is incredibly cool. Boom. And greetings and departures and greetings. And also, I start water therapy today. Water therapy? That sounds kind of nice. Be interesting to say, at least not waterboarding, I hope. No, if Dawn really desperately needed to be professionally tortured, I would think she would have the hope to reach out to me. Howdy, everyone. Late start at work, so catching up. It happens. Is Nick frozen? I don't think I was. It would be a shame because I had some good ranting going on at that point. Hi, Rich. Oh, he's back. Must be my end. Happens sometimes for us too, Cat. That pitch black room in a building that has no ventilation and no noise makes it feel like you're laying on the ceiling. Yes. Good morning, everyone. And Dawn has a new bird that she is flipping Josh. What have I missed? Quite a bit. I'm not interested in shining my light. I'm more prone to attempt to fan the flames of another. Richard. Is this a pun about not finishing the fire? Hi, Joshua. Happy Friday. Hi, indeed. And how many of our conversations ended in a sunrise? Heck, a few that middled in one. Yep. How many of those happened in a Denny's parking lot? Woo. Check out my art at deviantart.com. I need to update that badly. Brother Rich, you definitely have a great gift. Indeed. And greetings. And hey, Cindy. Cindy's here running her ad. Running her ad like right now. Ha 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 ha. Where did it go? And it's not that I don't know Cindy's ad. It's that my I'm in the overlay thing. That would help. That being said, I have to find where I am. There we are. Greetings, people of Earth. Hey, Grat Lackert, you need to set up a new ad for your new campaign so I can run it, sir. I can only promote with the tools you give me. Hey, Josh Carroll. Hey, Josh. Tune in to today, back then, but now. Hey, Donna. The moment you all have arrived, have been waiting for, Grat has arrived. Find other episodes at Nevermind the Furthermore and so much more at Nicholas Tockert. And greetings, and greetings, and greetings. Oh, yeah, lots of greetings. All the greetings. We've got the greetings. Find the Hysterical Fencing Guild at 7 p.m. tonight. Yeah, that's coming up too. I have a lot to do today. You're going to need a late slip from the office. Sorry, Dawn, I actually slept in. Hey, you guys do what you got to do. I understand. And support the Hysterical Fencing Guild so Nick can teach people to be safely dangerous. Patreon.com/The Historical Fencing Guild. Rarely scripted, but oft repeated. Thank you. Thank you, and thank you. Oh, wait, we're all cozy. I'll just give you your space there. Hey, Josh. Hey there, Pops. And my books are available at Amazon, and hopefully in the very near future there will be more offerings. You also send some rain over to the west. I wish we could. It's mostly been corn sweat that just rises and then descends. Need a sword simulating object? Woodenswords.com /? Click equals 1745. Thank you. The traveling table is being switched up a bit this year at StompCon. The table will be a hodgepodge of our amazing members, and you'll have the opportunity to be highlighted. Rock on! I like that you're changing that. And find BKM stuff, yes. StudioHubers.wixsite.com/RisingTidePub. And thank you, StreamWorld. I dig the little nodding green guy, too. Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. Hey, Chris. For information on bronze, silver, and gold levels, check out the forum here. Cool. I will actually have to go check that out because my net glitched out. Hey, Chris. Hi, Chris. If you have questions, please feel free to reach out. I will. Hi, Josh. Everybody coming in. And a delay. My babies. And hey, Cat, another squee. Y'all gonna wear me. Y'all gonna wear me out and make my body parts pop again. You know what? It's been a while, but if there was ever a comment that really, truly required a not the green room, not the green room. Good Lord. Just comment how much I have run out of toner since the not the green room picture was taken. I mean, oh yeah. I am definitely entering my old gray Kung Fu master phase now. More greetings and more greetings and my babies. There we are. Hi, hey Cat, and another squeak. And y'all, where am I? And she's starting hydrotherapy. Oh, the green room's going to be very green tonight. StreamYard did another update and messed up a lot of my settings. Yeah, if you noticed, I've been a little slower on some of my switches. It's because of that. I'm going to re-release Lines of Succession as soon as I get it formatted and can con Ingram into letting me upload it. Yes, please do. Let's make a whole event of it. I'm serious. When that happens, let me know. I used one of my previously formatted books as the start doc for formatting Lines of Succession. Copied the text across. Darn it, the formatting didn't carry. Oh, God, that's rough. Fixable, but less fun. I understand. Good luck, Cindy. Thanks. If you haven't seen the cover art for Lines of Succession, drop by her face account. Have it as a band. It is amazing. Accountability, making cool Shiver Me Timber stuff for folks. Yar. Hi, Rich. I will definitely need a green room tonight. Good luck, Cindy. Me too, Josh. In other words, news, I don't actually have a rough draft going to post on Patreon. Oops, not sure what to post there now. I'll have to come up with something. My plans in the action scene guide for writers isn't going the way I was thinking, so I need to reconsider the organization thereof. Oh, God, that is always... If you think formatting is rough for fiction, especially you novelist types, those of us who have had to deal with either textbook style, you're writing nonfiction that's meant to be referenceable, or heaven help those fools who do game books. Formatting is a nightmare. So I understand, and I truly feel your pain. Also, working on finishing up stuff on my end for things that go bump in the Light 1 and the Fire. Yes, please. Currently getting ready for 10-day cons to sell stuff, Dragon stuff and or books September and October, hoping I raise enough money to buy the next couple of book covers. At Grant Lanker, thanks. I haven't had to cut grass in 3 weeks, and that's how hot it is here. Wow. I wish I could send you some of my weeds. I hate thistle with a passion. Anyway, it's good to hear, Rich, and thus ends my break. Y'all have fun now, you hear? And if you want some nifty books or dragons, drop me a line. Awesome, Rich. Yes, please. Josh, Donna saw the neighbors out mowing at night. Wife was holding. No, honestly, for those of us with heat tolerance issues, that may be the only time to get stuff done. Stupid philanthropists ruining it for the rest of us. You philandering philanthropists! I love you, Rich. Ad time. Now, during the ads, I often try to check through my messages, keep up with my other stuff. I am usually very busy during the ads. And a comment came up on a group that many people will never see that basically states from our dear Carl Witzman, "Sir, you have the weirdest algorithm that I have ever seen, even weirder than mine, and that's saying something. You're getting the sanitized, carefully curated, calmer version, Carl. My mind is a terrible place to be." Now, where were we? And I know I'm running late today, but boy, I had a lot to say and I think it was necessary. Would you call that insane, Carl, or desperate? I'm glad you like it. We'll have to let you make me my logo for the weather group. Yes. Now I have to get going. I have so much to do between now and the end of October. I hope all of you have had a fantastic Friday and great start to your weekend. Take care. Of course, Chris Walker, you are a gentleman, and it's a privilege to know you. A ton of slate, coasters, dog tags, military, and the kind of dog, bottle openers, and challenge coin. Oh. See you later, Chris. Bye, Chris. See you, Chris. Thanks for the help on the weather page. I have some ideas we'll run by you when we talk. Oh, cool. Now that's an idea. Burn a dog tag for the various Indie CD folks. Their QR code is the way a traveling table can always for its handy. Yes. Corn sweat. You're going to have shiners running around looking for it. Anyway, I had purchased equipment to help me work on my balance and leg strength. And apparently I have an issue with my ulnar tendon. Given your height, sorry, ulnar tendon. Well, given your proportions, tendon damage is kind of common. Be gentle with yourself. This is why I do yard work in the morning. Wake up at 5 a.m., then wait for the sun. I can't. I mechanically cannot. Putting together Misty's craft area and computer area. Oh, cool. And I've got a whole bunch of bots. But we are going to thank Dan Hallfield and Master Boot Record for allowing us to use our music during streams. Definitely learning stuff about the new gig will definitely change from a global law 100 company. The entire firm here is the size of the IT department, my old gig. About the algorithm comment, holy moly. Yeah, I get things that I would never subject anyone to. And then a few people get them subjected. But I think I've got green room tolerant things. Oh. We have reached a point of singularity in memedom, where a gentleman wrote something, and I'm not going to say what it was, but it, while completely straightforward, reeked of what we used to call English. And I had to reach for one of the great memes, something that I have not unleashed upon the world in a very long time. And I had to inform this gentleman that all your base are belong to us. And he was confused, and the chat laughed, and life is good. Because someone sent us up the bomb. Okay. Oh, and Chris, thank God, and God said that Misty wasn't behind me when that one post. Oh my. Hey Nick, it's only been mid to high 80s here because of an eastern wedge high that's pushing cooler air to Alabama. It's about to break and get back to mid 90s. Yeah, the others is the elbow. Because I'm going, what's effed up on me? And I have that, but so are my knees, and I'm having to go, yeah, those are fun. So you're talking right. Okay, gotcha. Um, yeah, we've had this thing where it was previously below 80s, and I was actually just starting to function, but now it's 11 and 83 and clear skies, so I am walking towards sun sickness real easy. Hope everyone had a good one. I got to eat. See y'all. Bye, Josh. I think I'm going to run some ads, and tonight, Josh, I'll run. I think I'm going to run the book ads and try to catch up because I heard my door open and close a couple times. That means Mandy and Xander are up to something, and the only way I'll find out is by paying attention. And let's see. Yep, it looks like the comments are winding down. It's a point where I may just need to buy a freaking wetsuit for compression, and then everything will be soft braced. As somebody diagnosed with an undiagnosed hypermobility issue, yes, soft brace is beautiful. Foxy, without being indelicate to some friends I have some folks who do just that. And I have had friends who had spinal difficulties that were actually better supported and partially corrected by the application of corsetry. So you got to do what you got to do. So cats say, give me lunch now. Gimme good love all of the time. Let's see. Honestly, yeah, let's do this. I haven't run this one in a while.
Dana just lost her waitressing job. TV star Joe was in a strange town doing a favor for a friend. Friendship sparks, but a snowstorm cools more than a town. The miles between them aren't the only challenge. And then there's that crazy ex-wife.
You can find all of Donna Carlene's books on Lulu.com. Find out more about her on the NDCD page at ndcd.org.
And I think we're just going to drop into Kat's ad and wrap this up. So,
Hi, This is Kat. During the school year, I'm Mrs. Rothermel. But otherwise, I'm Rock and Roll Art Goddess, writing about my past and filming the present. I need you to join my Rock and Roll Art army and to check out my merch on Zazzle.com. What started out as journal therapy is now 4 books, I see, and an Instagram account to blow off steam, becoming a book, with another to do the same. A short film for a friend. No, this is not the end. Peace, love, and let me art.
And let's go through these real quick. LOL. Right now, my knees and elbows and lower back are in braces. Calves are in compression. Technically, so are the feet with diabetic socks. Yeah, sometimes you have to. You just want that full mantis suit for a while. Well, I'm playing your ads, Don. I just tried to rotate them a bit. Funny how we have to tape ourselves up. If you enjoy chainmail, Mr. Bombaddy, the Wizard of Weaves, is on Twitch around noon, and it's his birthday. Well, that's cool. I guess I will give you leave to go attend that. Now, my friends, well, always, Cat, please be well. Well, I'm the son of a northern redneck. Duct tape has been our bandages forever. It comes in red and green. That being said, guys, I want you to keep creating. I want you to keep drawing, keep writing, keep making it better. Because if you do, you can edit it, you can improve it, but you can't edit a blank page. I love you, and you should too. I'll be back at 8 my time on YouTube over at the Historical Fencing Guild, on Twitch and Kick right here, and we'll get things grooving. Okay, guys? I love you, and you should too. Toodles.